A helpful method in showing how to add integers is using integer tiles. And what integer tiles are is a basic geometric shape. We have several different shapes. What we're going to work with today are the unit tiles. The unit tiles are small squares, and you'll find them red in color, which is going to represent a negative, and you'll find them yellow in color, which will represent a positive. And what happens with these two tiles is when I combine a red and a yellow, if I take a red tile and combine it with a yellow tile, the sum of those is going to be equal to 0. In other words, they will cancel each other. We actually have a property named after this canceling called the inverse property of addition. And basically it's telling you if you had -1 and you were going to add to it a +1, these two are opposites or inverses of each other, and they literally cancel each other out to make 0. So if I had to show a diagram of that, you would have a red tile added to a yellow tile, and the two of those would cancel each other out. Every red will cancel one yellow, and the result would be 0. And again, it's called the opposite. Adding is opposite of subtracting. Positives are opposites of negatives. So what we're going to do in this activity is represent adding integers with tiles. If I have a 5, notice this 5 is positive. I have 5 tiles, and I'm going to add to that 3, which are of color red because they're negative. So I'm going to add to that 3 reds, and from using the inverse property, a red and a yellow will cancel each other, and remaining are 2 yellow. So I could put the +2 or just simply a 2. So if I had $5, I spent 3, I would have $2 remaining. The next problem, I have -2, which says I have 2 that are red. And in this pile, I'm going to add 6 of these yellow. So that's my complete pile of items, and I want to cancel or simplify the best that I can and reduce down as far as possible. Every red cancels a yellow. Every red cancels a yellow. This is what I have remaining. So again, I could write that as +4 or just simply 4. You don't always have to show that positive sign. That's an optional. -3 would say in my pile or stack of things, I would have 3 that are red, and I would add to that 4 additional more that are of color red. And if I look at the total that I have in my stack or my pile, I would have 7 red. And so notice that negative means the color is red. Next problem, I have 5 that are negative. I have 2 that are positive. I'm adding, but this 2 is positive, so I'm going to put 2 more in my pile. I'm going to do my simplification using my inverse or opposite property. When I look what I have remaining, I have -3 remaining. If I think of this in terms of shopping or money, I'm $5 in the hole. That's what this represents. The negative means you're below or in the hole. And I get 2 more dollars. Somebody gives me $2. Now I'm only $3 in the hole. The last problem, -3. Again, the color is very important. That's just telling me 3 that are red. In that pile, put 7 that are yellow. And do your simplification using the inverse property. You're making 0. These all cancel out and make 0. And remaining, I have 4 that are yellow, +4.